Video games! Really something everyone has played at some point in their lives. A lot of people back in the day were very skeptical about video games, but now the tables have turned. Quite a lot of people nowadays survive by making money playing video games. We went from hunting and gathering to hunting and gathering, but in the safe and comfort of our home where nothing can go wrong. The evolution of video games. I kind of went backwards to go forwards on my journey while indulging in playing some of my favourite video games. It all started in 2006, 2 years after the release of the Nintendo DS. It was my sixth birthday, and my mom decided to buy me a DS with the new Super Mario Bros. It was my very first game I ever played, hooked almost immediately by the colourful visuals, great gameplay and nostalgic music. So good. After I finished that game, unlocked all its secrets, I wanted more. Next came the first Mario Kart I ever played. This game, I completely destroyed every score possible, unlocking all the characters and getting first on every map, of every cup, of every speed possible. Darcy, it's time to hop off that now. 5, 4... Okay. After the DS came the Game Boy for me. Hear me out, I said I sort of went backwards. The Game Boy was sort of handed down to me by my dad. You using this? For me, the next nostalgic game would be, still to this day, the most intense game of my life, Wario Land 4. This is pretty much exactly like New Super Mario Bros., but with a more dark and frightening tone of gameplay. I'll explain. The game starts with Wario out to find ancient treasure inside a big pyramid. He would walk into a room where a time frog-looking statue is in front of him. He jumps on the frog and enters the wormhole, which takes him to the level. Then the wormhole closes behind him. The rest of the level is completely like a Mario level, just with less colours and different enemies. Once you've completed the main part of the level, collecting treasures and keys, you will find the other frog statue in the game. This is where it gets interesting. You have to jump on the frog's head and run back to the start where the wormhole is. And if you're not quick enough, you lose. It still freaks me out to this day, but it's one of my favourite soundtracks. You know what? Just thinking about great old tracks reminds me of the Sonic game Sonic Rush, also for the DS. This has some of the best songs. I'm also changing this video as we go along. Again, colourful gameplay, fast-paced, great music, and a lot of mysteries to discover. So I was never allowed to play violent games growing up, because Mum doesn't like violent games. Boring. However, now that I'm older, I get to experience them, and I appreciate them more now. So on to the consoles. My very first console was a Wii, which I also had the Super Mario Galaxy game on it. This game I keep coming back to every now and then, just because it's one of my favourite games. I think for playing 2D games at such a young age, and then going into 3D games, means that there was so much more to explore and find secrets. Although, the only issue I have with this game is the camera. What are you aiming at? What are you aiming at? I would constantly be in a battle with this camera. I would walk one way and the camera would be pointing in the wrong direction, so I would have no idea where I'm going, which is so frustrating. Thankfully, they fixed it with Mario Odyssey, I think. Been a while since I played that as well. After a few years in high school, I went and bought a PS4 and I played the game The Last of Us. Now, this game I had already watched my favourite YouTuber, Mr. PewDiePie himself, play the game, but I also wanted to experience it for myself, and I must say, it did not disappoint. It's honestly some of the best storytelling I've ever experienced. The second game I played by myself, going into the game completely blind without any information. Alright, let's do this. And I gotta say, this game is so bad. I did not like it at all. In the bin, that is where you stay forever. My brother recently played it and he asked, why is the game so bad? And I said, I have no idea. And then I played it again a year later. You know, that actually wasn't that bad. I could see what they were trying to do, but it just didn't work very well. The story was all over the place, a little bit too much of a backstory about a character that I did not care about at all. But I can say I do enjoy the way they took the story after I waited and played it again. That's pretty much my entire gaming story, but I'm sure this journey was nice, right?